Alright, so we've got a show coming up with the Groovynators in a couple of days, so I am prepping the console for the event so that a lot of the stuff is all taken care of. Anyway, this does add to the time that it takes when you're setting up for a show, so we try to take care of a lot of this stuff ahead of time. We'll just go through this here real quick to make sure that our settings are where they should be. And for this event, I'm going to be using the Yamaha DSR-115 cabinets. We're not using a sub for this event. We're just going to use a couple of tops, run the tops full range, which actually should be more than adequate for this event. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through and make sure that the inputs here, what we have set up, is going to work. Actually, and also this is just a place to start. Once we get stuff set up and we get everything plugged in, and we're going to go through and we'll get the gains all set accordingly, then we'll check to see how it goes. The only thing we should really need to adjust in the beginning is the gain, but as far as compressor, gates, even the EQ settings and stuff like that, all this stuff's going to be roughed in, which gives a good place to start. All right, let's take a look at the kick. I've got it set at 40 for the high pass. Now the cabinets, I think the cabinets only go down to 50, so we may have to adjust this come to sound check time, so let's leave it at that. The gate, we're using the Audix D6 on it. I'm going to leave the gate where it is. Generally does pretty good. Compressor 3-to-1. We're not using auto, no soft, no makeup gain. Attack is going to be, let's say, 20 milliseconds. That should be alright. A release, 60 milliseconds. We have to extend the release time. Usually the release time is 3 times whatever the attack time is. And as far as EQ, the EQ is on, but alright, may have to adjust some of these others here, specifically the mid-high. Alright, I think that's going to work out okay. And let's see here, it's in the subgroup number 2, which, let's see if we go down and take a look at it. Subgroup number 2 is the drums, so that subgroup is set correctly for the input. Alright, this looks fine. Let's go to the next one. This is going to be a snare hat combination. Okay, we need to set the high pass filter a bit higher than this. Let's try 100 Hertz on this. We'll see how it works out. Gating, yeah, we do want the gate. Yeah, the gate should be fine. It's almost a 1 second release time. That should be good. Compressor, I'm going to say yes. But let's see, what did we use here last time? Alrighty, let's just start with this. We're going to turn it on, but during sound check, I'm going to adjust this. As well as the EQ. I don't think really too much EQ is needed. I mean, it's a good sounding snare. The hat's good. We usually don't have to correct anything with that, so this should be okay. Let's take that out of main, and we're going to assign that channel to subgroup 2. Should be good. Let's go into the overhead. Now there has been some changes here on what they used last time, so we're going to actually using one less mic on the drum kit because we need to add a mic over to the sax. We're going to have a regular dynamic, and then he's going to have a wireless on one of the saxes. So let's see, overhead. Now the overhead should be picking up the floor tom, so let's leave this at 75 Hertz. Gate, yeah, but we may need to adjust. We'll have to adjust the gate. I'm almost sure of that. Compression, I don't think we actually may need it where it is. We'll try it out. What's the EQ here? Let's just flatten this EQ out. We'll see how it does on the EQ. Okay, he's in subgroup 2, which is good. All right. Next one, let's go to the bass. All right, we'll set the bass at 40 Hertz on a high pass. No gating. He's running direct. Compressor. There'll probably be some. Let's just leave this alone. We'll watch it. Let's see. For a bass, actually, usually in the bass sounds. We're going to start this out here a little bit. It's a little bit louder around the 800 Hertz range. Sort of helps bring out the bass a little bit better. All right, and no subgroup. We're just going to run bass is going to run directly. Let's go to the guitar. probably 100 hertz on a high pass, no gating. I believe he's running direct. We'll leave the compressor on a little, something like that. We may use an auto on it. EQ, let's just leave it like it is on the EQ. And let's see, instruments. I've got instruments assigned to subgroup 3. We're going to select 3, which goes down into this subgroup here. Alright, let's take a look at the sax. This is the, I've got this set as the wireless. We may have to high pass that a little bit higher. Let's try 180 hertz to start with. I don't remember which saxophone he's going to have that on. We'll pay attention to that. The gating may not be necessary. Compression, possibly yes. Auto, yeah, we'll do an auto on that. EQ, you know, I don't know what was on this channel before. We're going to leave the EQ just flat. Normally I don't ever have to adjust the EQ on the saxophone. So let's assign that to the instrument group. All right. And now the regular sax. All right, let's take this. Let's copy that and put it over here on the other channel. All right, there we go. All right, that's a place to start for both of the saxes. All right, the keys. This is on the organ part of it. Leave it at 55. You really don't need any compression on that. We're going to leave the EQ flat. Really, anything with the keys that comes direct from the keyboard is perfectly fine. All right, we'll add that to subgroup 3. What do we got here and here? All right, let's just take that just like we did before. Let's move it to the other keys. There we go. Now the keys are the same. Said this is a place to start. All right, now on the vocals, assign that to subgroup number 1. 1 is on the vocals subgroup. Probably going to set 75 hertz on a high pass. No gating. We will use some compression. Auto should be good as well as soft. But we may have to adjust the compression ratio as well as the threshold. Mostly it's a threshold. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And on these mics with these guys, I do know it's probably around the 285. We'll come down maybe 6 dB or so. So let's leave it at that. And on that, I know not everybody's going to sound the same, but we're going to make this a place to start with the vocal mics. Alright, so now all the vocal mics are the same, so it's a place to start. Then on our crowd mic here, I may have to roll that up a little bit higher. 180 here. We definitely don't want any bass coming through. We'll leave. That should be fine. Probably no EQ. It's just an ambient mic for the in-ear monitors. Alright, let's do that. And actually, he's not going to be assigned to anything because he's going directly into the in-ear monitors. So this channel here is not coming through front of house. Alright, so with the monitor, it's got it set up as the keys position, the sax. This is Dennis, lead singer. The guitarist, this is the bass, and drums position. So the keys and Dennis here, they're going to be on basically a direct from the board. No monitor speakers provided by the PA. The keys guy, he'll have his own PA speaker. But the sax, bass, and drums position are all going to be floor wedges. Alright, looks like the board's pretty much set up. I said this is a good place to start, so it's time to load everything up. All right, we're in Durham today, and we should be mixing for the Groovynators, assuming no weather-related issues. And the Groovynators are going to be playing right back there in that corner area, and they're going to be shooting out about maybe a 45-degree angle. But as you can tell, I can't really get anything over there. The restaurant's got a lot of people at it, so we're going to try to set up a front of house location to be right over here at the back of the cargo van, and maybe 10-15 feet toward the performance area. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. We're expected to have some stuff coming through here in about a couple hours, and then by the time the Groovynators should be starting, there should be no rain. All right, so we did have a little bit of rain that came through here maybe 10-15 minutes ago, but it did have to cause me to stop what I was doing and put some stuff I had out back into the cargo van, just because we don't want it to get wet. And they still have a customer sitting over here back in the corner, and said I don't want to start moving stuff over there, especially it's going to rain, and especially if they still have customers here.
Just all that played out, and eventually the lot was perfect. We get down to the bottom floor, then go to caution. We get back, and we were just hanging out in the kitchen seat at the hotel. And first, Cece was unconscious. No, she was not unconscious. And then she came to while I was in there. So then I thought that was so cool, and I was like, did they tell you we're going to have to make it up? Fine. One of them out of 3, and I didn't drink any of that. My favorite story about Mal ever, Aaron, sorry.
All right, it's been a fairly slow process because I can't bring everything out of the cargo van just because the anticipation of rain. So I'm having to pull what I need and then shuffle stuff around in there. It's been sprinkling just a little bit, but it's not bad. It's certainly not enough to stop the load in here for inclement weather if you're setting up for it. If you've got an analog snake, always turn it upside down and keep the bag pointing upward in case it rains, because if water hits this, there's a much greater chance all the water's going to run off. You're not going to get anything actually inside the snake head. All right, the band's tent is up, ready to go. All right, we're getting stuff cleared out of the cargo van. We just checked the radar. It's supposed to be a big swath of a storm coming through here real soon. One of the Groovynators guys is here. He's been helping me get the speakers up on the stands. We've got the snake pulled, though we do not have anything connected. We want to try to hold off on any kind of connections until after the rain passes. It's expected to be here in about maybe 30 or 40 minutes from now.
I get these trays out of your way. You need a box?
Yeah, I'll take a
Oh, that's it. Use it first. Did you have your notes?
As soon as the dog gets over here. I think we wrote that song. She was like, I think it's a flu with that. And I was like, wait, really? That's the first night. And even
There, so but the
so far away. She was working out like an hour and a half away. She got better care, but then she got transferred there. But now we were just it works. I'm not like a
As you can probably tell, we are back to rain. We do have quite a bit set up, but we've got to wait for the band to show up before we can move on. So we're going to take a break here for the rain. All right, well, as you can tell, the rain has moved in. It's a lot harder than anticipated. And this also is a safety concern with the electricity that's going on. So we've all decided to call it quits, and we will not be doing a show today. But the Groovynators said that they will be rescheduling their time out here. And so we're going to be spending the next probably at least an hour or 2 hours.
Getting wet.
Yep, getting wet, tearing stuff down and trying to avoid the rain. It's still coming down, and the amount of rain that we have, we can't really move anything from the Big Ten up there over to here, and still can't load anything into the cargo van because there's too much rain coming down.
Hello, sir. I'm going to change shoes and put on the...
It has to load a certain way.
Okay.
And with all the crap that's been going on, like for instance this is not supposed to be in there right now. But at this point, there's no place to put it. So I'm going to try to load stuff to work around this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's unplugged. If you just want to stay at one end and pull it and then just coil it,
Yep,
that's
that'll
fine.
work.
Excellent. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Strength. And the bungee.
Stretch too much.
Okay.
Great, thank you, Dub. Doesn't matter. I'm loading this, not like I normally would. So as long as the stuff gets in the van, it's all right.
Bob's and ours.
Yes. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
What about these, Bob?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm just...
So you're sure you don't want any help?
All right, well, everything is put away. The rain has calmed down, but it is still sprinkling out here, and the temperature is dropping quite a bit. All right, so the people at the Tobacco Wood Brewing treated us very well, even though we had to cancel the event. They were very accommodating, and the hospitality from them was phenomenal. If you're ever in the Durham area, I highly recommend stopping by, getting something to eat with them.